and welcome to another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about what would the resource-based economy do with the worst of the worst. So, capitalism and socialism and religion have created some truly epically evil, horrible people. Sociopaths, they're just sociopaths. I don't know if there's such thing as like a sociopath is good. I have no idea, but I don't think so. I think pretty much if you're born a sociopath or become a sociopath, and you got religions, and there's mainly one religion that's like making sociopathic people. It's the Muslims. The jihadis. Now, are they making the jihadis, or are we poking the hornet's nest? Yeah, probably a little bit of both. And there's, the Jewish people. They're pretty freaking. They're pretty evil, doing. Just look at their whole Palestinian issue, right? Like, they can't seem to get along. And so anyway, we have prisons full of people. The drug war created, horrible people. The drug war created horrible people on both sides. You got people on the drug war are just some people that are just normal people that are just trying to make a living, treating it just like every other business. Then you have some people that are just stone cold crazy killing people, on both sides again. There was more than enough executing and killing and all this to going after people, right? And in many cases, these people that went after were built up by the same people that were going after them later. Pablo Escobar was a CIA guy before we hunted him down and killed him. We being the CIA or the United States. The world looks at it as like the United States and all the citizens. When the CIA runs around and does all this fucked up shit, the world doesn't go, oh, that bad seat. No, they go fucking death to America, right? Yeah, awesome. So this is where we get these bad people, right? And bad people are basically people that, like anybody who thinks dictators is a good idea, it's a bad person. Now they could become a good person, and they may be insignificant as far as, they're a bad person, but who cares? They don't really do anything. Sure, in their own head, they think dictators are a good idea or whatever, but that's as far as it goes. Fine. Okay. But then we have people like Cooney. We have people like Kim Jong-un. We have people like everybody in the fucking Supermax, and probably a good, 50-60% of everybody in the highest security prisons is just a complete fucking loss as a human being. Maybe even higher, maybe a little lower, but yeah, that shit fucks with people's brains like you don't even know, okay? So if you're not a really smart person and you go into prison for a long time, you're going to come out a really not a good person at all, right? It's very, very rare, right? You got to really overcome the shit, right? Especially in state prisons. Federal prisons at certain security levels, like I was at minimum and low. I went all the way through all the high. I was never in like high security prisons and like general population, but when you get moved around and in jails, all jails are maximum security, right? They don't, maybe there's some minimum security jails, but when you're looking at doing like, at one point there was like 20 fucking years I was supposed to be getting, right? And then another point it was like 12, and I got it all the way down to 7 because I was in the law library reading up going, hey wait, not my fucking lawyers that were like literally falling asleep in the fucking courtroom, public defenders. Yeah, you don't pay for a lawyer in the feds. It's a waste of money. So I digress. So you have like all these fucking people throughout the world. Now, through attrition, just, like a complete shift of the entire planet to a resource-based economy is not a light switch, and I've said this before, right? It's a slow process and it's basically like, okay, we're going to start here, and we're going to start here, and we're going to start here. And, in this area, this city, all around the world, certain areas that meet the criteria will then be the resource-based economy areas within that area. Outside of that area, it's still the old ways, okay? So as these areas slowly grow bigger and bigger and bigger, the other areas grow smaller and smaller and smaller, okay? And we assimilate the people, right? And it's basically, there's guns. The guns are back over there, right? So here we come with our clean drinking water, our brand new schools, our clean energy sources, healthy food. Here we come. This is the resource-based economy, right? Here's your cell phone that basically just lets you know where we need you and when, right? And is your ability to be in several queues for all kinds of things, like a queue to go on vacation over in Hawaii, or a queue to go on vacation over in Iceland, or a queue to get some super rare food or whatever, okay? So then people are assimilated in, right? So obviously the bad people and the bad areas are going to be like the last places to finally be flipped, right? And right now, Afghanistan, before the fucking Soviets went in there, that they had like a progressive government. They had colleges. They had girls in fucking short skirts. They had a normal fucking areas of society. But fucking bring war to a motherfucker for 60 years no, it hasn't been that long. Whatever. It's been a fucking 40 years of war in Afghanistan. They invaded in the 80s, the Soviets, or in the 70s or something like that. And that fucking area is going to be a fundamentalist, feudal place where the only thing people understand are fucking guns. Okay? And that's what Afghanistan is. I actually talked to a guy from Afghanistan. And I was like, man, I saw this picture and this whole documentary about what Afghanistan was like before the Soviets rolled in there. And he just looked right at me. He goes, that is so far away from being again. Paraphrasing. But basically it was just like, that is going to take so long to get back to that point. And you know what? You're never going to bomb someplace into a better place. It worked with Germany, kind of. But when you actually look at the whole World War I and World War II thing, it was basically just to destroy Germany, right? By England, right? Go on the Corbett Report and look up, it's like a fucking 2 or 3 hour documentary about the true origins of World War I, which World War II never would have happened had World War I not happened, right? So the origins of World War I are very important. All right? So, and you look at that, and it was basically like the Germans were doing just big shit all around the world. They weren't trying to militarily conquer shit. They were just doing all this really shit. They had like wireless fucking networks all the way down to Africa where they were communicating Germany to Africa in the fucking 1800s. All right? So Germany was on this path of like, we're just doing this cool shit. And then, so, the bitch ass English, punk fucking English, they basically just totally fucking entrapped them into this war and then blew them and just treated them like fucking punks, man. Right? So that's where we get fucking all this bullshit with Hitler and all this. Is all from fucking war. All right? It's never going to be a solution. Ever. It just makes shit worse. So, moving forwards, as we expand the areas, these aren't battlefields. As a matter of fact, if somebody has to kill somebody in this process of expanding, like that person should immediately be, the person that had to kill somebody should immediately be whisked away back to the resource-based economy world, and to never see another thing violent, to never see, because you have people that this shit will fucking twist their minds when they just see this devastation and murder and chaos constantly. That's why when the resource-based economy expands, it doesn't expand by blowing this up and blowing that up. No, it expands by building a school here, building a hospital there, providing clean drinking water and food there. That's how it expands. This is how we get people to be happy. And the only thing we ask of people is, don't breed unless you have a license, and just take your device and follow what it needs. You know, if your device says, oh shit, there's an emergency and you got to go help dig people out of rubble, go do it. If it says, hey, we have a record crop of whatever, please report out there to help harvest it. You know, that's what life would be like. You know, obviously, if you're a fucking scientist, I mean, you still may be needed to harvest some shit at one point, because the science may not be as important as the food. I mean, this is all up to algorithms, not people. Nobody's telling anybody else what to do. Hey, you know, you got within little microcosms of things going on, you know, like on a starship that's doing whatever. Obviously, there is a captain of the starship, but the captain of the starship is basically just like the person that has the most experience, right? They're not like groomed as a leader. No, they're probably just an engineer that knows so much shit that now they're going to lead, that type of leader, okay? So there will be military conflicts in the expansion of the resource-based economy. I can't see North Korea transforming quietly. I can't see Russia transforming quiet. But here's the thing. Right now, we don't really offer the world much in the way of an alternative. I mean, the United States basically says, give us all your shit, do exactly what the fuck we say, or we will blow you the fuck up. I mean, we really do not do cool shit. And this has been the way we've been running shit. Ask Smedley Butler, or just go read his book, that the United States' military has just been backing our corporate interests around the world since pretty much its inception, okay? That's fascism, right? And that's just not good, right? So that's what the world sees. And when the world sees that, they don't go, oh, well, let's do what the United States asks us or whatever. They're like, you know, fuck those guys. What the fuck, you know? We rape their fucking, their natural resources, charge them hella interest. I mean, it's really pathetic the way the United States has treated a lot of countries. And it's just like this entitlement issue because, oh, we had to go save fucking the world from the Nazi shit. But, you know, we had to save the world from the Nazi shit because the fucking English jackasses created that problem in the first place. Yeah. So, yeah, problem, reaction, solution. That's how governments maintain control. And this is why I say governments are fucking completely a waste of fucking everything. We don't need governments anymore. We needed them, but moving forwards, they're fucking pointless. This is all we need. Algorithms. That's it. Because we don't need accountants and we don't need fucking lawyers and we don't need fucking marketing agents and we don't need actors and all this shit. If you want to be an actor, a musician, or an accountant, you can do that on your own free time. That's your thing. Go, crunch some numbers or something, right? But realistically, the people that turn into accountants are completely useless. Lawyers, completely useless. Hopefully those people will go into like engineering, science, this type of thing, right? Do something useful, something important. Law, not important at all. It's one law in the resource-based economy, and it's do no harm. Very simple. Simple. 750,000 laws in the United States, and everybody's a criminal. per the Constitution says all criminals may be turned into slaves. So they go, well, okay, if we can get free slaves, all we got to do is make everybody a criminal. Let's just start writing laws and tell everybody's a fucking criminal, okay? There's no goddamn public health that's being addressed. No, there's fucking racism and fucking greed. This is what the laws represent, all right? So this whole video has been about what do we do about the worst of the worst, right? Well, here's what the years of thinking about this has culminated in, okay? So, you know, the worst of the worst. We crack open prisons. Here's a guy that's been in a fucking solitary for 40 fucking years. Eats his own shit, cuts himself every chance he gets, just fucking gone, right? What do you do with them? Well, I actually think the answer is, God, there's a word for it. Banishment, right? So basically, we find an island in the middle of nowhere. Kind of like what the English did with Australia, right? But that was way too big, and they tried to administer it, right? And this is only for the worst of the worst, literally. And a lot of the worst will literally be taken out with assimilation. They'll just die, right? They'll be squeezed off into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller areas. Their followers will be, leached off by the resource-based economy. When people see how good the world can be, they're not going to stick with shit. They're going to escape. They're going to leave. So after years of attrition, there's not going to be that many bad people, right? Now, the prisons, we're going to crack those open, and that's initially those people. That's a big problem. And I honestly think, within a certain level, some people can be recuperated, but some people can't. Our prison systems have fucked people's brains. Capitalism and greed and the prison system has twisted some people's brains so hardcore, they cannot be fucking saved. Just nothing about them is left anything. Some of these jihadis, where the only book they've ever read in their whole entire life has been the Quran. And that's what they think. And it's this kill, kill, kill. And the Quran, yeah, what are you going to do with that guy? What are you going to do with him? Right? And you think having a fucking prison full of those motherfuckers where people just, quote unquote, normal people are supposed to be torturing them, right? Now, what do you think that does to those normal people whose job it is to torture those fucking jihadis? Those people now become fucked up people. Those people are so fucked up, and now they are your fucking, they're in the grocery store next to you, they're fucking sitting next to you at the restaurant, they're in line at the movies. Yeah, the people that tortured fucking people, right? Now, those people torturing people were tortured. The CIA tortured those people because they want endless war, okay? And you don't go treat people nice and then expect them to fight you, right? You torture them. Then they'll fucking want to fight you, right? That was their game plan. That's their game plan, right? The new CIA tortures, the old CIA kills, these all fucking CIA needs to be broken into 1,000 pieces and scattered into the wind just like JFK said, okay? Period. They don't do any good. The CIA has never done any good. They've just fucked this world off in their fucking capitalist plunder fucking bullshit, okay? So, and a lot of those motherfuckers will be fucking, they're just as sick as the jihadis. You think these motherfuckers are torturing people? You think they want a fucking resource-based economy? No. They want slaves. They want to be able to torture and kill people. They're just as sick as the fucking jihadis. But they're walking around with us. And that is not going to be fucking how a resource-based economy rolls. If you're one of these sick, torturing motherfuckers, you're going to be banished to the island just like the people you were torturing. Okay? Because you're not salvageable. If you ever considered that fucking torturing people was a fucking good idea, you're not as salvageable as a person. You're a fucking piece of human trash. Shut the fuck up. Hide. Maybe you'll get a fucking ride the roller coasters. Probably not. You're probably going to be banished. Okay? Yeah. Because you're a human trash. You think torturing people is a good idea? Go fuck yourself. Okay? So, banishment. Kim Jong-un, fucking Pablo or what's that new Pablo Escobar guy? El Chapo, right? Just send them out to fucking Gilligan's Island, okay? And let them fucking do what they want to do. They want to fucking, but they can't leave, right? They won't be able to leave. They won't be able to spread their bullshit, right? So the rest of the world can live in peace. Put Cooney there. See, a lot of these people though, they aren't gonna go quietly. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fucking YOLO, and so that's gonna end a bunch of them. Unfortunately, it will create a bunch of fucking resource-based economy citizens that have murdered people, killed people, right? Which is not good, because once we have a society where nobody's ever killed anybody, then we're really going to have something, right? Nobody wants to kill anybody. Nobody needs to kill anybody. That's a fucking great society. And we can do it. It's called a resource-based economy, right? Peace.